Hi everybody, and today's video is about the importance of self-help coping tools for improving your mental health if you're suffering with your mental health, and also as well to help with your well-being. Now it's all about what works for you, what you find works for you. There are some that take that little bit longer to do, like to before you feel the benefit, but there are some as well that you find you feel the benefit after you've done them, like exercise, any form of exercise. After you've done exercise, you feel a bit better within yourself. Going for a walk, after you go for a walk, you can feel better after you've been for that walk. But like I said, there are some that do take a bit of practice and learning as well. Like I said, it's all what works for you. But the coping tools that you have, they're beneficial for when you really need them. If you're starting to suffer with your mental health, they're very beneficial because that's when you need them the most. And the reason why that is you may be feeling negative within yourself. How you're feeling goes to your mind is confused. You may be in that moment of despair and feeling negative, and when you're feeling like that, even though you've got those coping tools, they become a bit difficult to do because you don't, when you're like that, you might not even be thinking that they work, because when you're feeling like that, feeling negative, everything else feels negative, even the things you normally would do. And what happens is the serotonin that helps in the chemical in the brain, which is good for memory, learning, it's good for sleep, it's good to, like, it makes you feel it's a positive thing, that when that's released, you feel good within yourself. It's like the dopamine, the natural high. You've got that one as well that makes, the natural high, the pleasure one. But sometimes when you're suffering, like I said, when you're suffering with your mental health and you feel negative with your thoughts, feelings and emotions, as you say, they get a bit blocked and they can't reduce properly, they can't release properly, and that's what causes like how you're feeling really. So they need a bit of help to regenerate, and by just doing simple like coping tools to help with it will help them to regenerate. And what happens is that's where you start to feel better within yourself. You start to feel a bit more positive within yourself. Like I said, exercise is very good to reduce stress, that heaviness that you may be feeling. It's good for anxiety, it's good for distracting yourself from your thoughts, from your inner world. Stress is something that exercise is something that will work almost straight away after you've done that exercise. Going for a walk, that's exactly the same. Going for a walk, after you've been for that walk, you will feel much better within yourself. But some coping tools, they just take that little bit longer to do, like being mindful of the things that you're doing, staying focused on what you're doing rather than the inner. That's a good thing, good coping tool as well to have with your day-to-day things. That helps you distract you from your inner world as well. But like I said, it's all what works for you and how you cope with your mental health, but in a positive way, because that then enables to improve your well-being and your mental health. But the thing is, with the it's very important, see, these coping tools, not just to have when you need them, when you're in that moment of despair, is to do them regularly. And the reason why that is, that if you do them regularly, you create a habit of doing them. But most importantly as well, you start to feel the benefit from them, and you start to know that they work by creating that habit and doing them, if you like, daily. Doing them daily is very important, because what happens when you're in that moment and you're feeling a bit negative, you'll find if you've created a habit, it will help you, that those coping tools will help you get out of that place that you're in, how you're feeling, that it will help you with that. So that is why having things in place is very important to improve your mental health and to improve your well-being as well. There may be times as well when you're really, and I want to mention this, that you're really in despair and you're in a bit of a crisis where nothing ain't gonna work. If you're in a bit of a despair with yourself, a bit of crisis, and I want to mention that because of what we're going through at the moment, what we're going through with this lockdown is took a toll on people's mental health. And I'm not a doctor, but I just want to say this: if anybody out there that is in that situation of despair and just don't know what to do, my advice personally would be to contact a friend, family member, or to help you. I would say first to help you, because it's important to have a support network team. Either that or contact one of the helpline numbers. If you can't get hold, I know they make them so difficult to get hold of on the internet for people, and my fear is, the way I look at it, if someone's in a moment of despair, a crisis, that could be very difficult for somebody to get hold of a number like that. So it's very important, if it's easy, to contact one of your one of your family members or a friend, because if you're in that crisis and you can't get out of it, I know it may be hard just to pick up that phone and just to say something, but it will help you, it will give you a bit more support as well that is needed, and get you back on that right track again, because there's no shame in asking for that help. Sometimes we all need it, sometimes a little bit of extra help. And I just wanted to say that message because of the situation that we're in at the moment. It's just took its toll on people's mental health as well. So going back to the coping strategies, it's very important to help us get through our day, to help improve our mental health. Even if you're suffering with your mental health, things get easier. It will help you if you're having a bit of a moment, like I said, and feeling a little bit negative within yourself. You'd be surprised if you've got them coping tools, self-help coping tools in place. They will help you get out of how you're feeling as well. So I'm going to end the video there. Please share this video because it's very important. Like I said, the situation that we've been in a long time, and I think it's starting to take its toll on people's mental health, like a crisis. And even when we get out of this situation we're in, we're still going to be left with people suffering with their mental health, still being in a crisis. So please share this video. It's very important, our mental health, and don't forget to give us a like. See you in the next video.